Have you ever said something really embarrassing in English? I'll tell you something really embarrassing that I said, and then I'll give you 5 steps to help you speak fluently and avoid making the same mistakes that I did. When I was living in Mexico, I asked a Mexican friend of mine if I could help him move his chairs. After I asked, he looked up and started laughing. Instead of using the Spanish word for chairs, I used the Portuguese word, which sounds a lot like hips in Spanish. So I asked him, "Can I help you move your hips?" Well, my face got hot and I turned bright red. I was so embarrassed. But then we moved the chairs and we moved our hips at the same time. If you're learning English, things like that happen a lot. And guess what? Making mistakes is normal. It's all part of the process. And the faster you make mistakes, the faster you learn. Today, I'm giving you 5 steps to start speaking fluently without overthinking, without freezing up, and yes, without sounding totally ridiculous like me. Number 1, talk to yourself. You're not crazy, you're learning. And you know who's always available to practice with? You. Repeat words out loud, narrate your day, argue with yourself about what you want to eat for lunch. The more you hear yourself speaking English, the more natural it feels. This is how I learned Portuguese. Before I moved to Brazil, I was building a wood fence with my dad. I would spend hours and hours in the backyard under the apple tree, staining those wood boards for the fence. And while I worked, I would listen to Portuguese phrases from CDs that I got from the local library. I would listen to a phrase and then repeat it out loud. I talked to myself a lot that summer. And when I got to Brazil, I could already have simple conversations with the locals. So don't be afraid to talk to yourself. Step 2, make mistakes like a champ. You will mess up, guaranteed, but the difference between fluent speakers and frustrated learners is the fluent speakers make mistakes and keep going. They never give up. Making mistakes gets easier the less you care about it. Remember how embarrassed I was when I called the chairs hips? I learned later that making mistakes isn't embarrassing. It's just part of the process. So make mistakes like a champ. Smile and then just move on. Step 3, ditch the textbook English. If you ever walk up to someone and say, "Greetings, dear sir. How do you do on this fine afternoon?" Just know they'll be confused. Instead, learn how English speakers really talk. Get comfortable with natural phrases like, "What's up?" and "No way." That's how real conversations flow. When I'm learning a new language, I like to make my own, what I call my own textbook. It's basically a collection of phrases or words that I hear from real conversations or situations, and then I know for sure that people actually say that. I used to keep track of this in a small notebook, but now I use the Google Translate app. You can save words and phrases really easily there, and it's always available. It's also super helpful for learning Mandarin and basic Mandarin because I don't have to write any of the characters. Step 4, find a speaking buddy. You don't need a classroom to practice. You just need someone to talk to. It can be a friend, a language exchange partner, or even an AI chat. I've used several AI tools for language learning, which you can see in my links below, and talking to AI can actually be very helpful. One of my favorite things to say is, can you talk a bit slower? It's very helpful because you can fine-tune the best speed for you. But just finding a speaking buddy isn't enough. The most important thing is to stay consistent and practice speaking every day. It takes time, but stay consistent and trust the process. If you put in the work, you'll see results. Step 5, speak even when you feel awkward. If you wait until you feel ready or fluent, you'll never start. So don't wait. Just start talking now. It won't be perfect. Some sentences might sound weird, but that's normal. The secret is to keep speaking anyway. Push through it. Soon, those awkward sentences will turn into confident conversations. If you still feel shy or nervous to speak up, here's an extra tip for you. This is something that I do every time I learn a new language. I write down exactly what I want to say in my own language. You can start with just one paragraph. Then I translate that into the target language, and then I memorize the whole thing. So try that. And when people ask questions like, tell me about yourself, or what do you like to do for fun, you'll be ready to answer. So give it a try. Talk to yourself, make mistakes, ditch the textbook English, find a buddy, and start speaking every day, even if it feels awkward. Put in the work every day, and fluency won't feel like a dream, it'll feel natural. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. When you like or comment, it really helps a small channel like mine to grow, and it helps more people discover the channel. So keep practicing, have fun, and I'll see you next time.